Morning. So in the previous class we had discussed about asexual reproduction as well as sexual reproduction. Today we are going to discuss about sexual reproduction. Usually sexual reproduction is not only in higher plants but also it is available in lower plants as well. In the previous class as I said you about the asexual reproductions takes place in plants like algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, even some fungi and animals. Asexual reproduction is very common. So apart from asexual reproduction, sexual reproductions are also takes place in lower plants like algae, fungi, bryophytes. So what are the types of sexual reproduction might be takes place in the lower plants? For example, there are three kinds of sexual reproductions are there. One is isogamy, another one is anisogamy, and third one is oogamy. What do you mean by isogamy? Isogamy means both male and female gametes are morphologically and physiologically similar. If the fusion takes place between the identical morphologically as well as physiologically gametes fused together to form isogamy. Similarly, anisogamy means either morphologically or physiologically similar, the other one is dissimilar. Such a type of fusion is called anisogamy. Oogamy means both male and female gametes are entirely different both morphologically as well as physiologically. As far as higher plants is concerned, the sexual reproduction is very much is in common in plants like, the parts of the plant like flower. So flower is a common reproductive organ. So from time memorial, flower is an important multi-dimensional perspective. It is used for many purposes. Even from the olden days onwards, flowers are an inspirational tool for the poets. Flowers are used for many purposes, for decorating all celebrations. So this is also we used to give garland. So preparing garland is also done by flowers. Flowers are very, very wonderful perspective. It's a very good organ of the plant. Even from the olden days, even if you see in Tamil literature, all the five lands are denoted by these flowers like Kurinji, Mullai, Marudam, Neidal, Palai. In such a way, flowers are very much used by each and everyone. From cradle to death, we are always depending upon flowers. So flowers are doing an important role in each and every day's life of human being. That is why flowers are very important. As far as morphologists or taxonomists are concerned, this flower is entirely different. These are the reproductive part of the plant. As far as morphologists is concerned, flowers are reproductive shoot. Each and every flowers are having four important whorls. For example, so this is a flower, this is hibiscus. So the flower is having a stalk-like structure, this is called pedicel. The stalk-like structure is called pedicel. Then on this pedicel, there is a cushion-like structure will be there inside here. In this part, a cushion-like structure is called thalamus. On this thalamus, all the reproductive part or all the parts of the flower will be available. For example, there are four whorls of the flowers are present. They are this green color calyx and this pink or red color corolla, and third whorl is andresium, and the fifth whorl which is present inside the andresium from the lower to the top it is called as gynecium. So there are major four whorls. They are calyx, which are made up by sepals, and corolla, which are made up by petals, and this is andresium. The andresiums are made up by stamen, and gynecium. The gynecium, which are made up by carpels. I shall show you each and every parts by dissecting this flower. For example, as I said just now, this flower is stand with the help of a stalk called pedicel. So now if I remove these petals. So all the petals are combined together are called as corolla. So this is petals. So I shall remove all the petals one by one. So these are petals. So this is the second whorl of the flower. Next, these are all petals. All the petals are combined together called corolla. So this one, calyx. The calyx are made up by sepals. This is one sepal, this is one sepal, this is one sepal. All the sepals are combined together to form calyx. I shall remove this calyx as well. Now I shall show you, this is androecium. This androecium which is forming, see here, number of stamens are present. Each and every one is called as stamen. This stamen is having a stalk. The stalk-like structure is called filament. Over this filament, a sac-like structure is present. Yellow color sac-like structure. This is called anther. So filament and anther. So the pink color part is called filament. This yellow color part is called anther. These filaments are joined together to form a tube-like structure is called staminal tube. This staminal tube forming monoadelphous of this androecium. Now I shall dissect this flower now. Then only we can able to see the fourth innermost whorl, that is called gynoecium. So I am dissecting this flower. It is very difficult to dissect inside because it is having lot of mucilaginous substances. Because of these mucilaginous substances, it is very difficult to dissect this hibiscus flower. I shall remove androecium. See here, little by little. And moreover, this gynoecium, especially this part I am dissecting now, and this is called style. The style is very delicate and soft. That is why it is very difficult to dissect this flower. And moreover, if I keep vertically or erected, it will be difficult to show it to you. That is why I shall kept it inverted in position. Now this is the innermost whorl. This is female reproductive organ. This is called gynoecium. The gynoecium consists of three major parts, namely the lower part is called, the swollen lower part is called ovary. So this is called ovary. And long tube-like structure, this one is called style. At the tip, stigma. There are 5 globe or a ball-like structure. This is called stigma. So this is a female reproductive organ of the flower. Okay. Now we shall go to screen. Just a minute. So as I showed to you, there are 4 important whorls: calyx, next corolla, next androecium, and then gynoecium. This androecium as well as this gynoecium are called as essential parts of the flower. Why these are called as essential parts of the flower? This androecium is male, this androecium, this is male reproductive organ, this is female reproductive organ. Both are take part in the sexual reproduction. That is why they are called as essential parts of the flower. Then non-essential parts mean this corolla and calyx will be considered as non-essential parts of the flower. Now these are take part in the sexual reproduction of the plant.